Every church I think there's layers of culture. There's culture among the church broadly, the culture among leaders and volunteers. There's culture among like a connect team and culture among an institute team. There's different layers of culture in an organization. So how can pastors contribute to creating a kind of culture that we want to see among staff?
A phrase that has just been ringing around in my heart for a while now is leadership is consequential. And that, I mean that positively or negatively, but it's not neutral. So you don't show up and lead and there's not an impact. And so as I think about that, as it relates to the question, my leadership is consequential in the culture that results. I will build a culture, period. There is no way for me to not build a culture.
Yeah.
The question is, am I building with intentionality or am I unintentionally building a culture? Because a culture will result. It just happens. Cultures are formed by the stories that we tell, the heroes that we celebrate, the villains that we villainize, the artifacts that we uphold and point to, digital or otherwise. I mean, the things that we celebrate, the example by which we lead and love. So I think about if I'm the type of leader who does not walk in a certain appropriate level of vulnerability, that's going to communicate some things to my team. If I'm not the type of leader that leads with an example of prayerfulness, that will communicate a value to the team. And it's somewhat daunting to think about. There is no way for my church, my staff, my group, my team, my organization to not culturally be impacted by my leadership. And so the question is, how am I building? What type of culture am I building? And I think about it a lot, man, because I care a whole lot about culture.